Hey everyone, we're going to be doing a cube draft today rather than Amonkhet. I have very briefly looked over the card pool for this cube. I don't really know all the synergies about it. I noticed some themes for most of the colors, but I didn't look too in depth at the multicolor stuff. So we're going in pretty blind, which is not a great recipe for success. But I think I'll probably do this week and probably again next week if it's still available. Get a little bit of practice in. Amonkhet was pretty good. I think that draft format was growing on me as I played it more and watched it. But Cube Draft's just a lot of fun. There's a huge variety of cards. The power level is pretty high. I don't know if I'd like to play it consistently just because a lot of cards are really bonkers. My previous experiences with Cube Drafts have mostly been getting blown out by a couple cards. It's a format that rewards strong knowledge of the card pool and knowing when to use removal and when to hold back, that sort of thing. None of which I have because I'm not really playing this a whole lot, so this will go well. But it's fun to look at all the cards. Hopefully I can keep up with the draft timer. Alright, both the Citadel I don't think I want. Piper the Storm can be pretty good. Counters to be put on creatures, put that twice that many on, okay. White has a good white weenie and life gain theme. I think the biggest thing is just to be in the right colors so that you get a lot of good drops. Start to finish is good for the tokens theme. Grumgully is just good creature aggro. I kind of like that idea. But we could start cutting white by taking pacifism. I put a high value on removal in these sorts of formats to try and muck up their synergies. But pacifism doesn't actually get rid of the thing. I'm going to go with this for now. It's pretty easy to splash a pacifism if nothing else. So we'll hang on and see what passes down. I've got a Clothis. Could be good. Varric's Bladewing. 4/4 flyer or 2/4/4 flyers if you have a lot of mana. Patient Rebuilding. 5 mana to just draw a bunch of cards for forever. Good if you're strong control. Exile, you gain life. That's pretty good. I like that at instant speed. I do like playing black in these formats too. That's strong tokens. If I pass the Soul Warden, then we're probably not getting a lot of white, because that's a pretty strong signal to do a life gain thing. I'm going to take the Soul Warden. There's a lot of rewards for life gain, and from what I saw, I think we can get into that. It doesn't put us in another color like that removal would have. Hanged Executioner is pretty good. Healer's Hawk, Heliod's Pilgrim, so it's hard for us to cut all this white that we're getting. We've taken 2 white picks and we're still going to be passing a lot of good white. Heliod's Pilgrim gets us a pacifism effect. I don't know if that's good enough in this format. What else are we seeing? Lyrios is pretty cool. I suspect this Witch's Cauldron's probably pretty strong in this format. Young Pyromancer is very good. But I'm just going to stick with the white for now. Black-white is a possibility. There's more life gain. What's this land? Multicolor, filter, counters. Okay, I see. Could just go for the ram. Defense is pretty good in this format. There can be some pretty strong aggressive decks, I think. We don't really have any payoffs for life gain yet, but this could be good for that. Or we could just take Oath of Kaya. Might be a mistake if we don't end up in black. That's pretty strong. +2/+2 until end of turn. Hateful Eidolon's pretty cool. Plague Crafter's not bad if we're doing white weenie. Let's see if we can do some sort of like black-white deal here. We gotta keep an eye out for auras now. Good auras. I presume there are a lot. Let's see. Creates a token, and it's a sword. It's pretty good. Wanderer as repeated exile is really good as well. And a lot of these are really good. Stab Wound combos with the Hateful Eidolon. I'm going to take Stab Wound. I don't know if it's good. Which of the Moors? I don't know this card. If you gained life, each opponent sacks a creature and you return... Okay, well, we're taking this. Each opponent sacks a creature and you return a creature card from your graveyard to hand. Yep. Versus Loyal Pegasus. Pegasus is good. I could see it being really good in this format, but... I'm good with this. Banishing Light or Daxos. Or Order. Daxos is on theme for what we're trying. We just need to find some of those life gain payoffs. Piper. I guess Bolus of Citadel is kind of a payoff because we'll have a lot of life to pay to play cards. Piper, I think, is going to be the best, though. It makes tokens and steals their stuff. Must Answer on a 2-drop is pretty good. We're not going to be playing any of this. Blue, apparently, is the color I should have seen was open. I mean, it's not too late to start splashing blue, right? I could just pick it up. Do I want any of these? This is if you draw on your second card or flying. I'm going to take the land and we'll consider blue. Elviros, Flux, Channeler. Whenever you cast a non-creature, proliferate, or Healer's Hawk. Healer's Hawk. I sure hope we find some Pride Mates. If we don't find some payoff for life gain, this deck's going to kind of flounder around. Which of the Moors is pretty good? Maybe the payoff will just be we aren't dying. Sorry if this is going a little too quick for you to keep up with all the cards. I think Call's better here than Nyx's Fleece, because it can get back quite a few good things. There's not a whole lot of time for me to look at all the cards in the draft, so I'm trying to summarize them really quickly and hover over as many as I can. I have a bad habit of dragging the cards down to certain slots in the bottom row, which keeps it from organizing for me. I don't know if we'll play Blade Juggler, but I'll consider it. Alright, white. Apparently we did get to cut off. First Strike and Explore, or the Blade. I'm going to take the Blade. It makes our smaller guys a little better. Strategic Planning. Put in the sideboard. What is this? I've never seen this. Counters on creatures. Convert mana cost 2 to back to the battlefield. Or get Cats Forever. Cats for days. And I think that's probably a safe take. Chainer's Edict, quite good. They sack, and you can get it back. Splendor Mare is good for life gain. Don't see a whole lot in here I'd really like. I think the Johnny is going to be pretty good for us. Emil. Exile another creature, return to the battlefield. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you can pay a white or green, put a counter on it. If it's unicorn, put 2. So it's protection for my stuff. Do I have any good enters the battlefield triggers? Not really. Lifelink is as long as it's got a counter on it. Gray Merchant, we don't really have a lot of black. Mortify. I think it's Mortify here. I would like to play this Basilica as well, but I think Mortify is just safe. We'll find an abundance of targets for it. We've got a lot of different mana costs. This will be like a 4/4 flyer at the end of the game, more maybe. Could be good. Entomb Exarch discards a card or returns something. Could we splash green maybe for all creatures +1/+1? No, I'm going to stay away from green right now. Karametz's Blessings, and not a great card. We don't have a lot of auras. This Hateful Eidolon might not stay in. Proliferate, Tether, Aerialist. Here's our life gain payoff. Competing with a Heartless Act, but Aerialist will work. Alright, so we can make tokens with Castle Ardenvale. Soul Stinger. I don't know about that. Or Indomitable Will. Will could be good with the Eidolon to flash in, trade, and then get a card back. I don't know this format well enough to know if it's good. I feel like we need more creatures. Terrarian, we don't really need. Heron might not be bad, but I'm still on the fence about putting blue in. Curious Obsession would be good on the Hawk, but we'll take the Stinger. Just for more creatures. Witch's Vengeance. Not able to get there. Auras and equipment cost 1 less to cast. First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. Warrant and Warden is pretty good. Gain life, gets flying. I don't know, we don't really have on-demand life gain. Witch's Vengeance might just be the best here. But I was saying we need more creatures, right? I don't want this creature, though. I think I should have gone with that Warden. Oh, okay. Well, both. So this is the point where I just take the whole pack, right? But that is not a thing that happens. We'll take the life gain payoff. Erebos' Intervention. That could be quite good with Veto. Spark Harvest is okay for our deck, but the Intervention is removal. And Graveyard Hate. I don't know, Splendormare? It's a good creature. Deathbloom Thalad's also a pretty good creature. Ardenvale's okay. We'll see if we can find some more good life gain payoffs. Grey Merchant or Basilica Bellhaunt. Or Sigiled Contender. I don't think I want the Contender. Deadweight, actually, is probably... very good with Eidolon. We might just cut the Eidolon, though. Bellhaunt, they discard a card and you gain life. I like it. Just solid. I think I'm going to regret that later. Could do green. Would I splash green just for a Tristani Discordant? It's pretty good. They have lifelink. I don't think I'm playing Karamitch's Blessing. I didn't pick up auras for myself. So we'll consider green as well. Grateful Apparition proliferates. We do have a bit of counters that could go around. Just a little bit. Take the Will just in case. Oh, we get the Warrant back. Still not blue, so it's still... Yeah, we'll take it. I've got to consider some things. Okay, this is possibly the best last pick I've ever seen. Alright, so we've got a Kroxa up there to tempt us into red. We've got Oathsworn Knight. Alsaid's pretty good. Exaltation. No, I don't think I want Exaltation. And just Battlefield Explorers. It's cool. +1 for each land you control. Don't have a lot of legendaries for it, so I guess that's never going on a thing. Oathsworn Knight's a real option here. It's immortal with the Ancestral Blade. Or Alsaid. I'll take the Knight. Unbreakable Formation, sweet. Venerated Loxodon, sweet. When you gain life, untap. Ooh. Or a Shadow Spear. There's a lot of good cards. I'm pretty sure we have to go with a Shadow Spear. And Cube Draft's spicy. Face Fetter is very good for us. Shadow Spear is just incredible. Nicol Bolas. When you gain life, pay 2, draw a card. I think we're doing that. There's some good payoff for us. Could command the Dread Horde. Raise the Alarm's not bad, but we'll take Dawn of Hope. Alright, we're gonna have to do some serious cutting, as expected, but think this is going well. If an opponent lost life, put a counter on him. That's pretty sweet. Is Dovin good? I really haven't played with him. He might be good for this deck. I don't think he's as good as Indulging Patrician, though. This is pretty on brand for us. I don't know how often we're going to get 3 life gain, though, or... Kind of crazy that this Black Blade came back to us. Let's see. I don't think I'm playing any of these. Black Blade kind of ends the game, though, at the end of it. If you got 7 lands, just put it on a thing and go to town. Yeah, we'll play him. That's fun. He doesn't come in tapped, so he can at least be a 3/3 blocker until we're ready to go. We got all sorts of stuff. Or another creature. So he's like a Blood Artist that flies. Digging it. Although, do I want to just command the Dread Horde? We've got so much life gain, I think that's probably a good end game plan here. We've got too much stuff, though. I kind of want to play this Elite Guard Mage, but I feel like staying out of blue is good. I don't have other mutates, so I don't think I want to play the Cub Warden. Maybe should. We'll see. I think we're going to cut the area. I don't have a lot of sources of that. I don't think it's worth playing the blue when we can just be consistently black-white. A lot of our stuff ended up being 3 mana double blacks. I think I'm going to take the Embodiment out. Unbreakable. We've already got some recursion, and we don't have anything super big. Like, the best thing we can do is get this Witch to the Moor back, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, sure. We're not playing any of this. Yeah, we're not going to play a skeleton. Well, we've got to cut a lot of stuff. I don't know what we're going to cut. Grateful Apparition, I think, will work well with the Gorger, Oathsworn Knight, the Aerialist. I don't know about the Eidolon. Stab Wound out. We've got better removal to play. Piper is good. I think that's all about all there is to say about that. Like, I think you just play him. We need to get some lands in here. $17. Yeah, let's cut 1 and put in that Drowned Catacomb. It's fine. I might want to shift to double or 1 more planes into a swamp because of what we got here. Alright, so the apparition stays. Daxos is okay. Ancestral Blade, we got a lot of flyers, so I think that's okay. But we also got the Shadow Spear, and that just kind of blows the other things out of the water. I think we can take out the Blade Juggler. Do we even want the Warrant? Maybe we don't. You can't cast both. It doesn't have Fuse, okay. I mean, good removal. I can choose to put it on bottom, so that seems fine to me. And exile or to deck effects are probably better than destruction anyways. So this seems like fine removal. We'll leave it in. I don't think I actually want this revival. Command the Dreadhorde definitely stays. Soul Stinger will take out. All of these are good. Call? What is Call gonna get us? Any of these guys back, or a Healer's Hawk plus. If I had an Alseid, that would have been better than the Soul Warden, I think. Well, we'll see. I think we can take the Blade out. Our creatures are just better. Dawn of Hope. Card advantage is card advantage, right? We probably leave it in. These things all kill. Oathsworn Knight's fine. Daxos is double white. Let's stitch it. Ugh, I am very bad at building this deck. Hanged Executioner seems good. It's removal. It's permanent removal. Oath of Kaya might go out. I really like 3 damage and gain 3 life. And it makes our Ajani a super problem. Because they can't attack him anymore without giving us more life, which triggers a bunch of our stuff. I think the Executioner and the Splendor Mare go. Our 3-cost lineup is all double blacks. I think this is right, though. I really like the Acolyte, so we're going to stick with that. I think that's just good tempo. Pacifism might be the one to go, actually. I don't know. This Paladin might just be worse than the Splendor Mare. But it's so cool. We'll leave him in. It might be suboptimal. I'll recognize that. Witch's Vengeance. I don't know. Synergies are pretty strong. We'll just play with a 41 card deck. It's fine. Oh no, I still got it in. I do want that. Come back. No, not these. Oh, here it is. So I'm a little worried about this Bellhaunt, actually. Just because the color requirements are so stringent, I don't have any duels. This might be the best cut. How many creatures are we looking at? 1, 2, 2 small creatures, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I don't really want to cut too many more creatures compared to spells. I guess I can cut Warrant and just ditch the blue and just put a swamp in instead of Drowned Catacombs. Might be the best. I mean, the Drowned Catacombs is basically the same as a swamp for Bellhaunt. It doesn't help us there. I got a pretty low curve. Let's just play with 41. I'm tired of looking at this. Let's play a game, and then we'll cut this episode and go to the next episode. I feel like the deck's pretty strong, but I also feel like every deck in Cube Draft is really strong. But the nice thing about this is that if we're gaining a bunch of life, then we are a little resilient to red decks, and red can steamroll stuff pretty easily in these cube formats. Then again, if they just burn our life gain sources, then we won't have life gain. It's a bit fragile. Right, 3 lands. Yeah, okay. Seems good to me. We've got plays on the 3 and 4 drops. Opponent is playing Adapt. Alright. See what they do with this sort of thing. Oh, okay. We're just gonna pacifism that then, I guess. They got their card out of it, so this is not super great card advantage. Just forces us to use our removal. And if they ever draw into disenchant stuff, and I think you absolutely play disenchant style effects in this format, then and they're playing okay, just 3 colors so far. That's probably legit, especially if they drafted all this nonsense. Okay, so I think we'll go Patrician and hopefully follow up with the Aerialist afterwards. And if they counter the Patrician, that's okay. We don't really have a lot that's going to work with it. That's right. Okay. Hopefully we draw into some more of our removal, because that Cutthroat's probably getting loaded up right now. Some more Obsessions and Bounce, I guess, is what the Patrician's going to do. Counter spells? I mean, Cutthroat you don't play unless you're playing Instants. I guess it's a flash creature. Maybe that's good enough in this format. Surprise, take out their 2-drop that's doing good stuff. 3/3. Counters placed on stuff. Okay, so when he adapts to this, he's going to turn this into a 4/4. Well, we didn't get our land. So I'm just going to drop the Aerialist while I have the chance and make it big. Maybe he's playing red instants that are combat tricks. That could be pretty scary. I think this Oathsworn Knight's gonna be a good roadblock. This can, yeah, that's instant speed, so no blocks. We just take the beating. Sure. Hopefully that means no counter spells. We still got a blue. Okay, so I guess it's just a race. We got an Oathsworn Knight that's going to block for us, because it can straight up block the Scourge unless he does something. Cycling. Cool. So yeah, I mean that should block the Scourge. Basilica Bellhaunt will be nice too if we can get another source of white. This is looking okay. I'm not thrilled. Okay, I don't like that at all. Great Henge is incredibly bad news. I really need a Mortify now. Like 100% top deck Mortify. Hey, you think I won't block? I'll block. Alright. Shrunk my Oathsworn Knight. Cool with me. Okay. It's not good. This is actually really bad. I don't like this at all. Go, my army. I mean, I guess I could have let 2 damage go in. and gotten more damage in this way, because he wouldn't have been able to block the skirt or the Sworn Knight. But I don't think that works very well, because the Cutthroat represents a lot of counters on a Scourge. Really need a land here. If I get the Witch of the Moors out, I might be able to keep up with what he's doing over here, but not really. Not very well, I won't. This is only going to prevent the trample damage, right? I think it still gets trampled. Oh, it's not going to ever block anyways, the Scourge. The Scourge sees to that, or the Sworn Knight's ability sees to that. It's cool. Lead the Stampede. Certainly has his card advantage going. Oh, that's a lot of creatures. No blocks. I would appreciate a Mortify. Both with Kaya. Not quite. Does do a lot of damage. Does it kill him? If I kill his Pteramander and swing for 6 in the air, these guys don't have reach, right? 6, 7 in the air. Doesn't kill him. Still think it's our best play. Before he has a chance to make it big. Gets pretty close. Down to 2. Okay. Well, he needs something to kill the Aerialist or block it then, I guess. Or is he just going to kill me? He might just kill me. Body Double can come in as a Pteramander. Yeah, that's a problem. Two, 3. Can kill the thing. So he can... Interesting. Does it not get a... Oh, non-token. Okay. I think his intent was to fight the Piper and kill it. So I guess he's not body doubling then, because he doesn't have the mana for it. So I just block. It's 11 there. I don't know if this is right. Maybe he's got a combat trick and I should have... Well, if he has a combat trick, it doesn't really matter. He can pump anything else. Okay. I think if I draw white, I'll still win because of the Bell Haunt. That's not a white. Rough. So we lose, right? This is just game over. Don't have sources of life gain. Yeah, we just lose. Could have won. That's too bad. We really didn't draw any lands, though, and it wasn't doing us any favors. Sometimes that happens. Kept, what, a 3-land hand and drew 1 land the rest of the game. Oh well. It is not the end of the draft. I am not changing the deck at all. I will see you in the next episode.